results in the cloud because there's so much cloud right now. We could store.
Well, I've never done an interview before, so.
Okay, all right.
Here it
goes. First of all, congrats on an awesome race today from Gatineau, Quebec. But this is your the fifth time running?
Yeah, the fifth time. I like to forget about the first one.
Okay, the first one, if I'm correct, it was the 50-mile distance.
Wow, you guys did your research, eh?
I did a little bit of research.
Wow.
And
it was a 50 mile. Mm-hmm.
And then you started switching
because I have an IT band and whatever.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about running through every year coming to the same race. It's kind of one of the advantages, I guess. If you do the same race every year, then you get to change your training and see how it affects the race. And I feel like today I need to change my training again.
Well, one thing that we found, which is so cool, so this is your fourth running of the 50K event.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine this is the worst weather you've experienced.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know if you know this, but this is your fastest time in the 50K.
I know, right? We started off really, really fast. And I wanted to see how close to the course record I could get. And it was just not in what's the saying? It's like
the weather, I would say.
Yeah, the weather is
not in the weather.
Yeah, exactly. No, we were running through like really, really deep stuff. I guess everybody will have told you that over the last few days, but yeah, I felt like it was a very good experience. Anyway, it's fun since it's always the same race, to have like different conditions and everything. So
being chased by Dean
Perez. You live in Gatineau, Quebec?
I don't actually. It's just it's on there since the first race. And I never thought to change it, which is always funny because when I cross the finish line, they always go like, "I'm Gatineau, Quebec," which is cool.
We've been telling people all day you are this Quebec crusher who's coming up.
Live in Nelson.
Okay, you live in Nelson.
Nelson, yeah.
Awesome. So you drove down for the race?
Yeah, kind of. I guess my wife is from Mexico, and so we're gonna go spend the winter in Mexico, which is what I was thinking about the whole race. I was like, it's cold now. It's cold now, but it's gonna get warm soon.
Yeah.
So. I mean, this is your fifth running of the race. What keeps bringing you back?
I think it's the best race. Yeah, this is the base race.
We should cut to this, so we're going to take a brief pause. Fantastic with our second place female, Alexandra Harris.
Alexandra Harris.
Very happy.
Congratulations, Alex. Nice run out there today. Second place, women's second place in 6:03. Our timing clock took 200 millimeters of rain, and it's gone. It's dead. So just over 6 hours. Congratulations. So I got a little bit of backstory here. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first ultra in 3 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
3 years ago, she ran and won the Grizzly 50K Ultra in Canmore, but has had some injury issues since. So can we welcome her back to Ultra and to the podium again? Tell us a little bit about your day and your journey getting back to the 50K distance again.
Yeah, the injury sucked, but I'm just very grateful to be here today. And my family's watching on FaceTime.
Oh my gosh, we have the live feed right there too.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, no, just super grateful to be back. Able to use both left and right feet today. Galactic was a straight up river. But yeah, just super grateful to be back.
Woo! Congratulations on your run. Well done.
There we go. We've had our top two ladies come across the line. We are waiting for third place and our first 50-50.
All right.
She corroborated what everyone's been saying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, tell us about Galactic and tell us about Galactic Shies. So that's in the race. That is about, I think that's about 10 kilometers in, right?
I couldn't tell you.
For these guys, probably be about that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah, I feel like, everything up to that point was like puddles, but as soon as we got there, those are like really old-fashioned trails, and it is actually just a river. And for me, the main problem of the main difficulty of the race was the fact that it erodes all the soil up.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's all rocks underneath.
Rocks.
Yeah.
And they've all just moved, so they're not settled.
Yeah, exactly.
So they all are they've been moving downstream for the last hour, and it's all the footing's really kind of frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tiring.
The moment I find the race really interesting because you get a little bit of everything at the start, uphills, downhills, and everything, and so you kind of see what people's strengths are.
Right.
And I saw that on the downhills, he was really careful.
Right.
And that's usually where I take my advantage in the race.
Yeah.
So the whole race I was thinking, so if I can get close enough to him before the last downhill, I might do something. But he was way strong. Really, really good.
He mentioned you were a very good downhiller and that you made some gains on him on the downhill. Yeah.
Good or reckless. I don't know. I have very strong ankles. I've never rolled an ankle in my life, and so I was just like bulldozing through the downhill,
Right on.
which was not always great, but was following the flags for a bit, and then the trail was such a river that I was actually following the river.
Yeah.
But when I stepped into it,
Yeah.
I went all the way like up to my hips. I was like, oh, I don't think this is right. And so I turned around and then I was
Found the
just
trail again.
completely frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very interesting experience.
Totally.
And today I was listening to a book about ships and sailing and stuff, and water coming overboard.
It's
and all that.
amazing.
And I was just like, I was there with them, you
Yeah.
know? I was like, their life is probably worse than mine right now, so it made me feel good. And yeah, every time it got tough, I would just
So an audiobook while
Freshly
racing.
planted.
yeah, well, it's the best way to
grown
not have negative
so
thoughts. Don't do anything but impact negatively
Buy one
your
for
race,
Holly.
you know?
Or
So
a
better
race.
not have them.
So, did you come back again to do it in August or October?
Wow, that's a tough choice.
Is it a tough choice? I feel like that.
Oh, it's a tough choice for sure.
Wow.
I find it really difficult in the heat.
Okay.
As soon as we get to somewhere over there,
Another
you
one
get to
coming
that motorbike trail or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's really, really exposed, and you can smell the cooked earth there in the summer, and that's where I start cramping up usually.
Yeah.
And no cramps today, but I didn't have the legs I wanted to have.
Someone else
So
wants it.
one vote for October. That's the only vote for
Is it?
October. So everybody else has said August.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
still
October.
think October, if you're a gambling person,
Yes.
you could potentially have the dream conditions. in
Yeah, I think so,
October,
too.
Or you could have this.
Yeah.
Are we in the talks of changing it to October here?
No, we're just taking a petition.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think Gary is.
We're
no
gonna present
intention
Gary
of-
with our votes. And
With my one October vote.
Yeah, Etienne is totally down for October if it ever happens.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Before we let you go and kind of warm up here, do you have anything, any other races coming up in the calendar?
I don't really. Squamish 50 is pretty much the race for me. It's I don't know. It has everything I want, and I find it very difficult to plan ahead for races. And I find you get into that like rhythm where you register, and then an injury comes up, and then you're compensating instead of doing the right thing. And so I got into that slump for a bit, and I decided to just make this the steady race, and every other race it's stuff that I'm able to register like maybe a few weeks before because I feel good or something.
So
Right.
we'll pencil you in for 2022.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think the Squamish 50K. I want to be on record saying this. Maybe we can make a petition too.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, we are live, so yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the world,
The
but
50K is the race of the Squamish 50.
okay.
My honest, sincere
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
I think everything that's good about the 50 mile is the 50K.
In the 50K.
Okay. Well, Anne Marie hasn't done the 50K yet. She's done the 23K. She did the 50
Yeah,
mile
that's a
yesterday.
big leap.
So this is
Yeah.
like you have it. You're missing out.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for
I was-
next year's race.
I was in a sleeping bag in bed yesterday watching you finish, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy I'm in bed. Oh man, it looked so miserable yesterday. We actually got a little bit of good weather today.
Yeah,
And it's-
this is really nice that
Yeah.
people can hang out right now.
Yeah.
So do you still tree plant?
Yeah.
So
every
what?
summer.
So are you doing April till like what's your? When did you just finish this season then?
Actually, less than a month ago,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, or something like that. The thing is, I never have the time to train.
Yeah.
And this year I had a lot more time to train, but I was training while working,
Yeah.
and it was very, very tiring. And I thought, like, because of that, I can do wonders this year. And it turns out, like, most of the years I get 10 days to train,
Yeah.
and I do better. Well, it's my PB today. I
No,
shouldn't
but
say
this
that.
is your fastest.
Yeah.
I think you probably
But-
had a great race.
Yeah.
You probably really did because
Yeah.
you ran your fastest time in a challenging course.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
imagine it was.
October.
Imagine it was. Yeah, this is, and because of the ships podcast and
Yeah.
I'm
See,
sorry
I-
to jump
so
in,
I
but
used to tree plant, and I always thought, like, would you be the fittest for a 100-miler? Because you're used to moving super fast with
Yeah.
the heavy bags, and you're like eating sandwiches while like bending over all day and trying not to vomit it
Yeah.
back up and stuff. But
So
you,
much in common.
Yeah, but then you drop down to your favorites to go from planting to a 50K.
Just because of the amount of training that I
Okay,
had.
gotcha.
But
You
it's
had
true. I've done some 100K, like 120, through it slowly and steady. And no, it works really well.
Yeah,
It works really
nice.
well. That's
Great.
the way you used to do it.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I thought about it a lot yesterday. I felt like I was coastal planting in one of those freezing and
Yes.
Let me give a shout out to some of our amazing.
Maybe that's
amazing
because
sponsors that
that's
help
why
us
I'm
with
saying
that
October is the
success.
best because I'm
Of
so
course,
used
Nest's
to this
market
stuff.
here
But yeah.
in Squamish.
Well,
Huge
thank you
supporter
so much
of
for your
Squamish
time.
50.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Yeah, thank you guys.
on your
I,
PB effort.
I'm excited to see you back next year for the
Right.
For Solomon and
50K.
Sunto, they
Yeah,
have
because
the
that's
Solomon
where it's at.
Sunto,
Oh, yeah, that's where it's
demo
at.
list.
In October.
In October, maybe.
Yeah, in October too.
Pick up some
Okay,
shoes.
awesome. Thank you so much. Congratulations,
Thank
Etienne.
you. Thanks.